Good morning, or good afternoon. We're here at the Evansville Wartime Museum. Today's date is August 28, 2025. And we're here interviewing Morris Mullins. Morris Mullins drove across the river today with a lot of traffic from Henderson, Kentucky to Evansville Inn to give us a gift. His wife and him gave us a picture of an African-American soldier that we're going to put in our archives. Now, Mr. Mullins told me an interesting comment. He helped bury General Marshall. General Marshall was the person that created the Marshall Plan. If you look after World War I, we had the signing of a treaty in Versailles, and it didn't treat everybody correctly, so it ended up World War II. So the Marshall Plan was how to rebuild Germany, how to rebuild Japan, and how to rebuild Italy without them being paupers and distraught the rest of their lives, which some people think precipitated World War II because Germany was put down too much by the Allies at that time. So I want you to tell us where you were recruited, Morris, and then where you did basic training, and then where did you do your service, and what service were you in?
Okay, I was recruited at Henderson, Kentucky, in the Army. I took my basic training at Fort Knox, Kentucky. They sent me to Fort Ord, California for advanced training. There they told me I was going to Washington, D.C., and I went to Washington, D.C., and I was put in the honor guard at Fort Leslie J. McNair, about 8 blocks from the Capitol building. And we did ceremonial services. We stood around the airplanes when the president would leave, and we'd have parades downtown and cemetery details.
Some cemetery at Arlington and other cemeteries?
Arlington Cemetery. I was at Fort McNair, which is part of Fort Myer. I was in A company, and B, C, and D were at Fort Myer, which a lot of people didn't know.
Okay, so, and so how long were you stationed there at Fort Myer, Fort McNair?
Oh, about 18 months.
And you were in the Army, and so tell us that very important funeral you served on.
I served at General George Marshall's funeral. I opened the doors for the men to stand around the coffin, and then when they carried the casket out the back door, I opened the doors for them, and then I stepped outside to watch them, and I saw this man walking by, an older man, and he had about 4 guys walking alongside of him, and it was Harry Truman.
Oh, wow. So we're back to Marshall, and you talked about opening the doors for people. Did he get shown at the Rotunda, and then did he go to Arlington? Or do you remember what they did in his funeral procession? And did he have a horse that had a person on it with sitting backwards?
No, it didn't have horses. It had a regular hearse here, I believe.
And did they show him in the Rotunda and then take him to Arlington, or what did they do, or do you remember?
I don't even remember it. All I was at the Cathedral, Washington National Cathedral.
Oh, that was at the church. So it's Washington National Cathedral where you were. Okay. And that is one of the biggest cathedrals in the United States. It's very famous.
Yeah.
And so he had a church service there, and then he went to the cemetery, but you didn't go to the cemetery, you just did the church service.
I just did the church.
So you helped the guys, the pallbearers. There are probably 8 pallbearers were in military uniform?
I'm sure they would. I don't know.
And you opened the door for them?
All I did was open the doors and let them go in and stand around the coffin.
Yeah. Now, if you were trained at Fort Knox and then Fort Ord. Fort Ord is a pretty expert place. Was that for tanks, or what was that for?
I don't remember what Fort Ord was.
Yeah, it's famous out in California. It might be closed now. It's near Monterey, I believe.
It's closed down now.
I used to take care of people from there. I was stationed at Oakland Naval Hospital near Letterman Army Hospital out there. And Monterey had a speech school out there.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, we've never had anybody in here that knew General George Marshall, except that lady that came in a minute ago.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Isn't that something? She knew him, or her uncle knew him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it's been nice talking to you, Mr. Mullen and Mrs. Mullen. Do you have any other questions? Only any questions for him that he should talk about, Mrs. Mullen?
Not that I know of.
I've been in the Army twice. They put me in reserve when I got out.
Yeah.
And then the Berlin Wall crisis came up. And I had to go back down to Fort Chaffee, Arkansas for a year and train basic training.
What year was that Berlin crisis?
61, 62.
I see.
We went in, I think, 61.
You weren't in during the Kennedy when we had the problem with Cuba. Were you in during that time when the Cuban crisis happened?
I don't remember. But,
Yeah.
The Berlin Wall crisis.
What do you do for a living?
I'm retired. I worked in Alcoa.
Alcoa, did you know Mr. Dunley, or Alcoa was our major employer here? What, you work in the smelter?
Pardon me?
What part did you work in at Alcoa?
I worked in different departments.
You know Paul Wurs? He's a friend of mine. He was a safety guy, and Mr. Smith worked in the smelter and sold another guy named Kemp.
He was in environmental services.
Well, then you know Paul Wurs. He was Mr. Safety Manager. He walked around trying to.
I've been retired since 2002.
Well, he's been retired since then. He might, yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're here and glad you thought of our museum once you come back. Don't be strangers. And bring us some more articles are
Yeah, I looked
good.
around.
Okay, you look around. I think that's very interesting. The Marshall Plan is absolutely important. What year do you think he died? Probably 1960 or so?
59.
59 is when he died. Huh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it was 59. I was in 58 to 60.
Okay, so it had to be then.
May 58 to May 60.
But there's not a lot of these guys around anymore.
No,
He'll be
no.
88 at the end.
88?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't look 88. You're lying. You're 70. 88, so you're born in 1937.
37.
That's the 37 flood. You lucky you didn't
Yeah.
float away. You could have flown away. 37 flooded Henderson, flooded Evansville. But Henderson's higher than Evansville.
Everybody was coming to Henderson.
I know, because you got high land over there.
Owned Ohio, but never in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Were you in Henderson then too?
Oh, yeah, I was born and raised there.
Yeah.
All along.
You know Admiral Kimmel, he's downtown. He was
Yeah.
the main admiral. They got a little statue of him downtown. Admiral Kimmel was the person, 4-star admiral in charge of the whole Pacific Fleet when Pearl Harbor was attacked, and they brought him down to 2-star admiral.
He got a bad rep.
Oh, he was a scapegoat. They said he was a bad one.
Yeah.
We got a statue of him.
That's what he's just talking about.
It's at the riverfront, and I went to that dedication. There were 300 people at the dedication. A lot of his family were there, and it's he was a very important figure for Henderson.
Yeah.
A 4-star admiral. You don't get that very easily.
Yeah.
My dad, I bought a brick for in honor of my dad and put him there.
Did you really?
Yeah, on the Kimball's site.
You're not,
Oh, so you can buy bricks there. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not a Trump man, are you?
I'm a Navy man.
Huh?
We don't talk politics.
I'm Navy man.
He just fired about 4-star generals.
Did he fire 4 of them?
Trump did.
Did he really? What did he fire them for?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Everybody says something he didn't like. They probably-
That's our president right now.
Yeah.
And I think he's got gray hair now. He used to have blonde,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
He still has orange skin though.
Orange skin. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Miss Mullen.